There are two little words that I like to say to myself or to my clients when we find ourselves caught up in fear or doubt, especially self-doubt. And those two words are lean in. Let me give you an example. A couple of years ago, I was working with a client. He is a writer and a very successful one. And I remember at the time feeling quite intimidated and also worrying that maybe he thought what I did, all this weird tapping stuff, was too woo-woo or too, it just wasn't down to earth enough for him. And all of this is in my head. He never said anything. But I was seeing things like asking him to tap in between sessions and he wasn't doing it. And so I was worried that something wasn't hitting. And I remember after a session thinking to myself, yeah, I can feel myself leaning out. I feel myself getting more hesitant, more almost apologetic. And I've got to change the energy here. Instead of having my energy back here, lean in. And so in our next session, I deliberately, both physically and energetically, leaned in to the techniques. I leaned into the ideas, the intuition coming to me. And we had a really great session. And in fact, after that next session, he sent me an email and said, oh, I realize I should be tapping between calls and tell me how to do that. So it was a real great result. So when you are thinking about what you're doing and starting to worry and be in doubt, think about three different things. Lean into, first of all, what you know, all the information you already have. Lean into what feels true and right for you right now, what you can, hand on your heart, say, this is what I believe in. And also lean into the energy of showing up as who you are and really trusting that that in itself is enough, and actually more than enough. That leaning into that is what you're supposed to be doing, and it's what's going to take you even further. So let me know how this feels. Try it out and see. I'd love to hear from you, see how this felt as you use this leaning in technique.